presence, and neutrality the inner discipline. Look, if you want to effectively guide any group through a chaotic, messy process, it actually doesn't start with the crowd at all. It starts entirely with you. Welcome to Domain A. This is literally the absolute bedrock of all facilitation.
The Facilitators Guild operates on this simple yet incredibly profound philosophy. Genuine facilitation requires genuine facilitators. You just can't separate who you are from what you do, right? Being a true neutral guide is definitely not about memorizing a bunch of techniques. It means keeping your own shadows in check. It's about deeply managing your inner landscape and showing up with complete 100% authenticity.
So we're looking at the core behaviors for Domain A: emotional regulation, managing personal bias, and grounding. In practice, this requires fierce emotional self-management. When the energy in the room turns completely chaotic, your one job is to remain the calm center. By neutralizing your personal biases and just leaving your ego at the door, you kind of become this blank canvas. You're allowing the group to project, to process, and ultimately tap into their own collective wisdom to solve the real problems. Now, we've got a comparison here of strategic planning versus challenge courses. And you'll see this inner discipline is totally universal, but it adapts beautifully to whatever environment you're in. I mean, picture a super tense corporate strategic planning session. In that room, presence means managing cognitive bias and navigating these really complex status dynamics so stakeholders can actually align. But now contrast that with a high-ropes challenge course out in the wilderness. The core discipline is exactly the same, but it transforms into embodying physical safety, projecting calm authority, and literally regulating a panicked group's nervous system when they're under intense physical stress. Let's look at the path to mastery here, going from apprentice to artisan and up to master of fellow. You're not going to master this overnight, okay? It is an active, lifelong practice. As an entry-level apprentice, honestly, your only job might just be learning to pause before you react to a provocation. That's it. But as you actively practice and adapt, you eventually reach that master or fellow level. And up there, you aren't just reacting anymore. You are actively radiating psychological safety. You're demonstrating deep shadow awareness. And you're acting as a generative leader who actually shapes the entire field. It's a total game changer. Build your practice on a firm foundation. Consider joining and supporting the Facilitators Guild. If you really want to master this craft, you need that solid base, which is exactly why communities like the Guild exist to support you. So before you step in front of your very next group, I want you to ask yourself a question. When the room inevitably descends into chaos, and it will, are you going to be the anchor that grounds them or just another person swept up in the storm?